Hello everyone, welcome. My name is Joelle and today's 10-minute yoga class will focus on releasing through your hips and your lower back. So you won't need any props for this practice, and we're going to start in turtle pose, one of my all-time favorites. So in turtle pose, we bring the soles of the feet together and the knees out wide, leaving quite a lot of distance between your heels and your seat so that you really have the space to fold the upper body forwards. And this could be any amount wherever you end up. Let the head hang heavy, releasing through the jaw and the shoulders. You can place the hands anywhere that works for you. You might like to slide them underneath your legs. Close the eyes here. Take a deep breath in through the nose. And out through the nose as well. And as every deep exhale lets you sink just that little bit further, just observe wherever it is that you feel the stretch here. It could be the outer hips, the lower back, perhaps even both. And we'll just take one more deep breath cycle here. And then really slowly start to straighten yourself back up to a tall seat. Eventually bringing the hands to the outer knees to bring the feet flat to the mat and place the hands behind you. I like to keep the fingertips facing forwards here so that we can then squeeze the glutes and lift the hips up into reverse tabletop. And then sit yourself gently back down. And we'll try 3 more of this. So really squeeze to lift. Nice way to wake up the glutes. Open up through the front of the hips as we come back down. Just 2 more. Really squeezing all the way, squeezing even more at the top. And coming back down, last one. Lifting up. And lower back down. Wonderful. Let's sit ourselves onto our right hips. The legs come into kind of this zigzag shape here, and the left hand can either rest down beside you or maybe catch hold of your left ankle as the right arm reaches up and overhead. So creating space here through the right side of the body. Might feel this in the outside of the right hip as well. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And then as we release, we'll plant this right hand beside us. Extend through your top leg and inhale to reach the left arm up and overhead now. So coming up onto the right knee, you might even turn the chest to face slightly towards the ceiling. Creating as much space as possible between your left toes and fingertips. And either holding here, this is optional. See if we can bring the knee and elbow to touch. And then extend back out. Just 2 more like this. Knee and elbow to touch. They may or may not touch, actually. And lengthen. Last one. Bring it in. And extend it out. Really reach. And sit yourself back down. Really nicely done. We'll set ourselves up for Janu Shirshasana now. So the sole of the right foot comes to the inner left thigh. The left leg is extended out in front of you. And sitting up tall on your inhale. The exhale starts to walk you forwards. So again, letting everything hang heavy here. You can flex through the left foot for a little bit more sensation. Perhaps feeling this in the hamstrings and really looking for sensation in the lower back. Big breath in. And out. And then start to walk your way back up to that tall seat. We'll simply pivot ourselves over onto the other side, onto our left hip, recreating that kind of zigzag motion with the legs. The right hand rests down beside us or holds the ankle as the left arm reaches up and over. Perhaps finding A little bit more space on the second side, or perhaps a different sensation altogether. And the left hand will come back to the mat, straighten through that right leg as we pick ourselves up and reach the right arm, alongside the ear. Finding that long line once again, squeezing the hips to maybe encourage the hips a little bit further forwards, and either staying here or joining me for 3 motions, bringing the knee and elbow to touch, and then extend them away from each other. 2 more. Bring them in and send them out, and just 1 more here. And find that length and sit yourself back down. And once again, we'll set up with the sole of the left foot this time to the inner right thigh, perhaps flexing through that right foot as you start to walk your way forwards. Letting everything hang heavy here. Not forcing ourselves into this position, but just exploring what it may feel like for a few breaths. And let's walk ourselves back up. I'm going to extend the legs out in front of you. I'll just turn to the side here so you can see a little bit better what we'll do next. So sitting up nice and tall, you could even prop your back against a wall here for a little bit of extra support. Look at your legs, point the toes of both feet, and see if you can pick up your right leg and just open it out a couple inches to the side. And then see if you can do the same thing with the left leg. So we're creating a little mini V shape here with the legs. And then we'll pick up the left leg again, bring it back to center, and same thing with the right, closing it off. Let's try the same thing. So pick up the left leg this time, open it out. Do the same thing with the right. Doesn't need to go very far to feel the front of the hips working. And then bring the right back to center and bring the left back to center. We'll just do 1 more cycle of that on each side. So right leg opens and the left does the same. Bring the left leg back and bring the right leg back. Last cycle here, we can do it. Left leg opens, right leg opens, maybe you go a little bit further, bring it back, and close it off. Really nicely done. Let's roll down onto our backs now for a couple of well-deserved stretches after all that strengthening work. You can plant the left foot flat, cross the right ankle over the left knee, and maybe stay here, just sending your right knee away from you. Or perhaps you'd like to pick up that left foot and hold behind the thigh or in the front of the shin. Take a few deep breaths here into that outer right hip. One more breath. And if you were holding that left leg, you can let it go. Set the left foot down, keep the ankle crossed, and just let your legs fall over towards the left. So coming into a twisted pose here. IT band stretch, you could open your right arm out towards the side, maybe even turn to look over that right shoulder. And then rock those legs back towards center, uncross. And the second side, crossing left ankle over right knee. Perhaps staying here, sending that knee away from the body. Or maybe picking up that foot, holding on anywhere you'd like. For a few breaths. Last deep breath. And releasing hold of the leg, Bringing the right foot flat once again, just so that we can tilt ourselves over towards the right. Left knee pointing up towards the ceiling, left foot flat to the floor, and perhaps turning the upper body over towards the left. And at the close of your next exhale, rocking those legs back to center, uncrossing the ankle. Pick your favorite side, roll towards that side to lift yourself back up into any comfortable seat so that we can just take a moment to shake things off a little bit left and right here, noticing how our hips and lower back are feeling. And beautifully done today. Thank you so much for joining me today. This class is part of the 5-day Yoga for Healthy Hips challenge, which I'd love to have you join by clicking right here. Also, make sure that you click somewhere down here to subscribe to my channel for more free practices that will help you feel and move better.